No, I had tea time with my students earlier. They're always like, oh, "You'll never guess what happened yesterday." I'm like, "You're right, I won't."
Oh my gosh.
They're so funny. Okay, so hopefully I did this correctly. I guess we're about
It's live. Say hello to everybody.
Hello. How is everyone? Happy Friday.
Hello, everyone. Readathon is happening.
I know. I remember I messaged you a couple of weeks ago about a why for my A to Z video.
Yeah.
And I read volume 1 and 2 last night.
I saw that.
I wasn't.
Those books are fun.
I really enjoyed it. I was like, okay, this is.
Yeah.
It was interesting because it was like my first manga, and I can't even tell you how long.
I know. They were like my very first. Well, no, I did read "I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess," but like I read that one, Yakuza, and one other one like for a vlog. It was my first, and I love them. But the issue I have, this is an issue, is that because they're serialized things,
yes,
I get bored. And I believe Yakuza Lovers up to like volume, I don't know, 13 or 14 or something. And I got bored around like volume 7.
I think it is up to 13 and 14.
Yeah, I know it's way up there. And that's fine. Like that's the same as a TV show. It's the same as a whatever. But it's like when it's in book form, it's like, okay, it's not that I want you to end your story, but like I'm bored now because we're falling into the same things. Like it's always going to be the same thing. So I love those, but I'm not like reading them anymore because I'm like,
yeah, I read, hi, how are you? Thanks. Yeah, I read the first 2 and I thought they were really cute, but like the one thing I can see myself potentially getting annoyed with is like her, I don't want to say like low self-esteem, like how do I explain it? She's just very much like, I want to be able to be like the right person for him or like deserve him. And I'm like, but like, does he deserve you?
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, it was super interesting because like I said, I haven't read a manga in literally forever. So I'm like, oh yeah, you have to read from this way, and then I'm having to like remind myself how to read it. But no, I really enjoyed them. They were really cute. But now I have to figure out where I'm going to get the other ones from because for whatever reason, my public library doesn't have them.
Oh, that's sad.
I know, I was really bummed by that. Hello, welcome. Happy Friday. I don't think I have. No, she's asleep right now, right? The UK is asleep right now.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. One of my favorite parts of our chat was us trying to figure out the time zones.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew it would be an issue, but I was like, it'll be fine.
And we'll figure it out. Like, you know,
it'll be good for other people.
Yeah. When you put it into your time zone and then I messaged back and I was like, isn't the Eastern time zone ahead? And I was like, never mind. I just answered my own question. Y'all ignore me. Okay, so what is everybody reading tonight? Do we have plans? I'm excited. Okay, so I think I'm going to start Painted Scars. Yeah.
I am reading My Dark Fairy Tale, so.
Okay.
That is what I got about, because last night on Sprint, I finished The Devil of Moscow. That was fun, or Devil from Moscow. And then I did start My Dark Fairy Tale.
Okay.
So I'm going to listen to that. I'm sitting at my puzzle, by the way. That's why I keep looking down. I'm sitting at my puzzle table. But I need to transfer annotations for this beauty. So I'm going to do that while I listen. And then if I'm able to finish, I will work on the puzzle some. But
okay, are you? So Ashley's reading. Are you loving Ruthless Creatures? I hope you are. I love Ruthless Creatures. I need to finish that series.
Girl.
I know.
That's really what the Mafia Readathon's for. Like, what are you doing?
So I think I'm going to read Painted Scars and then I saved this one I saved My Dark Fairy Tale for Mafia.
Yeah.
I'm going to read it. And then I was like, ooh, why don't I just read it? Hello. Good evening. I am reading Hex. That's by Emily McIntyre, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
The newest one of those is Mafia.
Yep. Is it? Dang.
Yeah. The most recent, which I think is Hexed.
I think it is.
The one with the seashell. Yeah, it's a Mafia. That one's a Mafia. In that series, books 1 and the newest one, I believe, are Mafia. Because those aren't connected at all. None of the books are at all.
No, that's cool, though.
Yeah. So, yeah, Hex definitely definitely counts. So
Starting my Dark Fairy Tale, love to see it. I
love
haven't
it.
started it yet, so I have about an hour of Fractured Souls. Yay! Love to hear it. So far, it's gonna be 5 stars for sure. I loved Delicious Creatures. It was so good. I'm reading When He Desires by Gabrielle Sands. Why does that sound familiar? I feel like I should know that one. Dance of Deception by okay, I need to you're actually the reason why I read Jagger Cole, which I'm sure
Yeah.
you said it. But I've only read a couple. I do need to start like
Yeah. I haven't continued, so
I get distracted though. Like I'll be reading something and then I'll just pick up one random book and then I'll binge that and then I just kind of all over the place.
I was telling Amber, since he's getting the audios done, I'm actually waiting for like the audios to catch up to where I stopped, and then I'll start with the audios because his book, as I said, his books they get very similar. Like all of his are enemies to lovers, all of them are BDSM, all of them are the same, which like they're fine if you don't binge them, you know?
Yeah.
So that's my plan is like the audios are getting done and I think they're almost through the first series, which I read, not the first series, but the series I started with. Those ones, there's 6 books of those. And then I read the first 2 of the next series and that's where I stopped. So once they catch up, I'm going to get on with, I'll listen to the audios. But there was some bangers in the ones I read, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes. Like you have some of the really good ones and then you have seen their bag of tricks and it feels like they're repeating themselves. So
That's why I wasn't too worried about not like back to back to backing because I was like, oh, I can just slide back in and if I forget something, I can always look it up later. So
yeah.
reading Ruined Secrets, love this series. Okay.
Yes.
Dance of Deception was good. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I know he has a Yakuza. Like there's a Yakuza in one of those, which Amber told me about, which is great because there's not enough of the Japanese mafia at all. So
there's not because you know the really popular ones always get done over and over because they're popular, which I totally understand.
Well, right. And I think, well, let's be honest too. I think some people do want to stick with, you know, they don't want to mess with another culture if they won't do it honest. When you're going to be telling the seedy side of something, I feel like it should be own voices to a certain degree. Of course, I don't believe that should only be how it is, but I personally think that's why some authors are careful.
Yeah, but I could also understand that because you wouldn't want to make a mistake and then
right. And then you've just written a Mafia Romance, which people should give people a break, but we also, you know.
Yeah.
So when I see that stuff get written, I get really excited about it, but I also understand why people are careful. So
reading Unhinged Arc by Jane Henry.
Yes. Okay. How's that going? I feel like Chicks, I think you were going to start that or are you reading that already? You mentioned that last night, I think. I think that was her. Them. Anyway. But yeah.
I was gonna sit in front of I didn't have a time to set it up, but like when I do it on I think I'm doing Sunday, I believe. I think I'm gonna diamond paint while I post sprints.
Nice.
I know I'm working on the largest project I've ever worked on and I'm crazy for doing it. But I was like, oh, it's be so nice to like sprint with everybody, craft, and listen to an audiobook. I was like, ugh, a great way to spend my Sunday.
I love doing that. I like got a little burned out with sprints after the Realmathon.
Oh,
they were doing sprints for hours and like I loved it because I got so much done in March than I have the rest of the year. And like being sat down with them for like 4 hours, you actually get stuff done. You're not just like listening, but then I'm getting distracted by everything. Like
it's really easy. Like when you aren't doing it with other people, it's really easy to be like, oh, let me pick this up and look at this, or oh, let me send this, or let me message. So it's like really easy to get distracted.
Yeah.
So
and
I'm excited.
I didn't plan one, but I may like next week I'm probably going to do a daytime one myself. That's a surprise sprint if things work out. That's why I didn't plan it because it's difficult to plan that, but
Oh yeah, absolutely. Daytime's also too really hard too because like you wanna like sprint with everybody, but also too, I'll be in a classroom with kids, so y'all send out some positive thoughts for me. As we reach the end of the school year. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I'm really excited about it.
Mhm.
All right, do we have a preference for how long we want to go for? Anybody have any opinions? Because I don't know.
Well, how long do you want to go tonight? Because I like longer sprints
I do,
personally.
I do too, just because once I get in the rhythm of it, I don't want to have to. I'm
Yeah.
not great at stopping what I'm reading.
Yeah. So I'm cool with however long, but you're ahead of me in an hour. So however long you want to go.
I'm
Just
only 3 chapters in so far, Jen, but it's crazy.
nice.
That's a ringing endorsement. Add
Nice.
CR. Yeah, I'm cool to go for a few hours. I have to be up for a training class tomorrow, but I mean,
Okay.
yeah. So we'll do 50 minutes, come back and gossip.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Okay. Let me click around everything. She do it all at one time. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start our timer and we'll be back in 50.
All right.
Start.
Hey, did you not have a timer set?
I
Or the noise?
No, I had it on. That's crazy. Hey, how is everyone?
It just did it though, so you're
Okay,
good.
perfect.
Yeah. But good.
I don't know if anyone noticed me because you all should have been reading, but I am laughing my rear end off at this book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I just got to the point where, okay, so she's all moved in.
Mm-hmm.
And he told her he needs her to be like a little flighty, essentially. And she's built this like whole character.
Yeah.
She's so funny. And he's like,
Right.
I can't tell if she's being serious or she's messing, but it's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hi, joining a little late. Just like old times, kind of so good to see you. Hi, how are you? I want to talk to you in forever. Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
How's your puzzle going?
Oh, good. I'm not really doing the puzzle. I'm working on the book, but now we're paused, so
yeah,
I'm working on the puzzle while we talk. The book's going good and halfway done with the annotating, so.
okay.
Yep.
I think I've read that book. Yeah, Angela, you probably have. It's Painted Scars. I don't know, my green light's gonna. There we go. We'll angle it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, she's hilarious. Maybe I should have read this series a while ago. But this was what this readathon's for.
That's right.
For me to discover new books to read. Yes, I have.
There's a million books we always have to have got to, so.
I know. I feel like all I really do is add to my TBR. Like I'll read a book and then I'm like, oh, here's 4 more I should read.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's the joy of it. Maybe I'll just binge this series, see how many I can get through.
I mean, that series will get you almost a blackout board, so.
It would. There's 11, 12?
There's 10.
Is there?
There's 10 out and 1 spin-off so far. But I mean, you wouldn't have to go that far because the only Mafia it doesn't have is Irish. It has all the, well, not yet. On the main board, the only one it doesn't have is Irish. It has all the other ones. And yeah, there's Single Dad, there's Hero's a Boss, there's the Bratva, the Italian, the Cosa Nostra, and one of them has a cartel, but the cartel is not the main one in it. But the heroine's from the cartel in one of them. So, like it has all of them and more. And disability will be in almost all of them. So, no, those ones are great.
Yeah, he's his knee's acting up like really bad right now. So,
yeah.
I have so many books.
I mean, he was blown up, so.
Oh, yeah. Like,
he uses a wheelchair sometimes is how bad it is. So
yeah. Well, today's one of the days where he like took a bunch of painkillers and like can't bend his knee, and I'm just like, ugh, that's horrific.
Yeah, so real.
I have different wish lists on Amazon by subgenre. That is so organized. I have one giant wish list on Goodreads, and I just kind of hope for, TBR, and I hope for the best. That series is really good. I read books 1 to 4 in previous. Oh, okay. Are you going to continue? I'm reading The Broker, an Italian mafia book. Okay.
Oh, all right. I like it.
I do too. This has been like, I haven't read Mafia in a while, so it's nice to just kind of be back in unhinged territory.
I mean, you read all the Rena Kents.
Yeah, okay. So confession, I still have to, and I haven't done enough research. I just have to read Legacy of the Gods. That's it.
I mean, you better. I annotated those like 2 years ago for you.
You did. I just need to figure out if God of Malice is Mafia, right?
No.
Yeah,
that's 3 and 6 or 3 and 5.
Trying to figure out because I'm like, because I know it's.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Killian and Gareth are brothers. I think that one is. I lied. I think that one is.
And then I know that
Yeah, that one is.
Adrian's son and daughter get a book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just needed
Yeah,
to.
I forgot. Because the thing is with those is like, I'm not dissuading people from using them. They're just, that's not what those ones are about, is the thing. But again,
Yeah.
if people are reading those, count it. But
Yeah.
it's like in the series wise, like books 3 and 5, they actually do mafia things in them.
Okay.
Otherwise, like, they're at school and they're not really doing the things. But, anyway, I know I sound like such a nitpicker, but it's like I read, like, we put those in mafia categories because her other books are, but like God of Fury definitely is. And then the Kiss the Villain, the new one, definitely is. And so is God of Wrath, because Jeremy definitely is. But all the rest, like, they're at school being stalkers. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
for sure. And I
but again,
love,
if someone reads it for that, I'm not gonna shake my fist. I'm just like,
yeah.
you know,
Adrian from the Deception trilogy is
mhm.
my favorite of like all the adults since I've read
Yeah,
all of those so far. And I
yeah.
know his daughter and his son get books. I just didn't know, like, do they continue on the Mafia legacy, or are they like, listen, we're out?
Right. And they're like doing school, but also their parents show up in each book. They have chapters. So,
And that's kind of exciting too, because I'm like, oh my gosh, we get to peek back at the adults. But I figured I would use this time to read like this series and a couple of the series that I've been wanting to for a bit, and
right.
then I'll read the Legacy of the Gods series
Right.
another time. So
No, same. Same. No, I totally get it.
yeah,
That's what I mean, obviously that's what I use it for too, is like the ones that I'm already convinced to read them, I don't need a readathon to read them because I read Mafia. Like the
yeah,
Mafia readathon is best for those people who, I've had so many people who try Mafia because of the
yeah,
readathon. That warms my heart. Like so many, like so many people who are a part of it now, they tried it because of it, which makes me really happy. And
yeah.
then there's also people like us who, we love reading Mafia, but to take the time to try new authors is tough. When
It
you
is.
have such a big TBR, like I have my stack of Mafia authors, and in general, those are who I read because I have 15 or so Mafia authors. And between those 15, they always have a book coming out.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So, and that's
Mhm.
kind of how I am too. So, like, I try really hard in readathons to read
Mhm.
authors I wouldn't normally read.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think on my list I have like, are 3 or 4 of mine new authors. I think 3 of mine are new authors this time because I have arcs that I have to read that are Mafia, so,
Yeah.
but it's fun, man. I love it.
Read book 5 yesterday and book 6 today. Dang. Okay. Are you gonna try and finish the series before the readathon is over? Because this one's like, we do have a little bit longer. It's not just a weekend readathon, so you could totally get to book 10 by the
Yeah.
10th.
I mean, unless they wanna try other people, like,
That
we
is
could
very
just
true. I'm gonna read my first Mila Finelli too.
Oh, yeah. You gotta get to that.
Only been on my TBR for like I said, like I was like, okay, which books have I been meaning to read that I just haven't picked up? And those are the ones that I was like, this is what I'm gonna read.
Man, I think you'll have a lot of fun with those.
I'm excited. I've read quite a bit of BB Campbell.
Oh, yeah. I've read a few of those.
Okay. Google.
Because you've read, yeah, because okay. Yeah, you can't really skip to God of Fury because I was like,
Yeah.
I was looking at the 5 pointers because I can't do any of them. I've read them all.
I've read every
Uh,
single one of them.
I've read them all.
So I will say that like all
But I
the
could reread.
TBRs that I'm being tagged in for When Heroes Fall, I'm just like I
Yep.
get so giddy when I see it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I hope everybody loves it as much as I do. I
Yeah.
could. I'm doing the other host Rex. Ooh, exciting!
See, way to go, Marie. Well, that makes sense
Yeah,
because to get to my rec, she would have to read all 9 of them because mine
yeah,
is number 9.
yeah. And like that's my thing. Like I'm like, and God of Fury was also wrecked, and I was like, dang, like I wish I was further in the series so that I could read it for this. But I'm like, it's okay. I'll
Well,
survive.
and again, like, because I talked with Jess and like
Yeah,
God of Fury, if the people aren't interested in reading them all, like they can read that one. That's why I was like, leave it. But for you, like you said, you're gonna read them all, so you
yeah.
shouldn't skip.
And
And
that's
like,
I want the authentic reading experience of like in order, like
people who are new to it or they just want to try them. I'm like, go to the best of the best, man. Like, just jump there. And that's the same like with Neva's books. You can literally read those in any order. Like, I rarely suggest people start with Pain and Scars. There's nothing wrong with it. You're enjoying it. That's not it. I just personally have so many favorites. And when you tell people there's 10 books, their eyes glaze a little bit. So I'm like, nope, just read this one. Like, just read this one. And then if you like it, you'll read them all.
But
like, I just, like, Crystal, I had her read book 2. And then she was like, why didn't you have me read book 1? And I was like, because you told me to tell you my favorite, because you only read one Mafia every 6 months. And then she read book 1 and she was like, okay, like, I'm glad you started with book 2.
Yeah. I mean, if someone's asking, you go with like, this is the wreck.
Right. Like if it's someone that I know they're a seasoned reader, and that's not a snotty thing. I just mean like if I know it's a person who will read a whole series, I'm going to tell them to read the whole series and be like, hang on for book 4. Like, that's the one you really want. But when it's a newbie who's asking me for the best, I'm like, okay, well, read this one.
This one would be it.
Because again, like, then when people read Pain and Scars, they're like, there's nothing wrong with this. I'm like, yeah, but you love Broken Whispers, right? And it made you read the other ones, right? So I did my job. Thank you very much.
All the books on my TBR by new authors to me, okay, except The Butcher by Penelope Sky. I have been eyeing The Butcher. And he's been following me around on Amazon. So like I'll go and like it's like suggested for you and he's right there. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's gonna get eventually, but yeah. I don't know anything about it other than the fact that I know it's Mafia and I think it's a trilogy. Maybe. Don't quote me. I'm not scared of a long series, but I just keep starting them and not finishing them, so that's on me. My goodness. Yeah. And I wanted to, and also too, I'm going to say it, I'm scared to read the Gianna book because everyone's posting about the cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah. I was just,
and I'm like,
yeah. No, and I remember that when I started, but I knew she was going to do that. She does cliffhangers in all of her books except The Fallen Men. Like, she just does. She does. So I kind of know what it's going to be. Like, I didn't cheat, but right now I'm at about 40%. And I was reminding myself just to be prepared. I'm like, there's going to be a cliffhanger. So, because it is a slow build with them. I mean, not like slow. I'm at 40% and they're starting to float it up. But I mean, it is like a slower build. And I'm like, that's because there's going to be a cliffhanger. And I have a thought. And the next one isn't too far out. Like, I believe the second one of these is coming before she's putting out the next In the Moon and His Tides ones. Which that's what was crazy to me too about the it being that you said it was with Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Because they normally don't do that quick a turnaround.
They do not.
They usually pace them out like a year at a time. So I'm glad that that's not happening with it. But
yeah, so the next one, In the Moon and His Tides, is, let me see.
Yep.
June 26th.
Yep.
That's not too far away.
Nope. It's still too far away for me, man. That's a mean cliffhanger.
Yeah, and it's crazy too. I haven't read that one because of the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And I need to get over it, but I'm just like, will my heart be able to handle it? I'm just being dramatic about it.
Yeah. I have this new rule is like with really popular authors, I'm sorry, I'm just not in a hurry. But I read the arc of those ones, so I will read them as they come out. But I don't care. Like, I even know I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't wait to get it. It's hard on the author. But I'm like, then don't write me trilogies. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. But
no, I mean, yeah.
I understand. I'm literally just bitching. It's totally fine. But no, she isn't.
First world reader problems, you know?
Right, exactly. Like, if we're gonna nitpick. The fact that, like, she actually has, like, a reading or a release schedule that I see her sticking to, not to be salty, but she had these planned out. She told us she had most of these written before, you know? And so the fact that when I saw what her release schedule was and that they're done, like, it's not just her wishing she'll hit them, like, they're done. I was like, okay, I will get back in on these and like be there. But I've been burned by Sweet Gianna before for years.
Oh yeah, Caution to the Winds. I think we'll all just have PTSD from that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was literally like, we were supposed to get the arc in 3 days and it supposedly wasn't because of like the book got pushed a couple times and then it was because of Facebook. Like I still am like, girl, you have a big enough following. You would be at the top of the list if you release this book.
Let me be in the Fallen Men series too. Like she could release that without doing any promo. And
I won't bring up the past. I think part of the issue too is if you get blocked out of there, she may have been blocked out of her ads account, and that's not something that got brought up. And if you get locked out of your ads account, like Facebook ads run things for authors. Speaking of as an author assistant, like Noelle just had a scare where they locked her out of one of her groups and she had to create a backup account and like get me on it and everything because if she got kicked out of that, she'd lose all her advertising. She would and luckily she was able to talk to a person at Facebook because Facebook now is worried about, like, I get it, they're worried about AI accounts running ads and stuff, even though like she has a legitimate group that she posts in regularly and actually isn't just posting pictures, like she writes things to hers. But there's a few authors that it's happening to them that they're getting called literally a fake profile and they lose something. So it was never told to us, but I suspect she was locked out of more than just that, which would be a big deal. But maybe didn't feel the need. Like she doesn't owe us an explanation. That's true. But I think it was probably more than that. And then it was just like, you know what? Stop stressing. Just write some books. Then when you're back at it, you'll be ready to go. And that's what's happened. I mean, she's put out this, I think will be this is the 4th book since she's been like back that she's put out. And they've just been, because she had Caution to the Wind. She had Serpentine Valentine. She had Moon and His Tides, and she had this one. And like she's got the rest of the year planned.
She had Asking for Trouble too.
Right. Sorry, I blocked that one out.
We all
I said it. Just wasn't my style, guys. It just wasn't my style.
And that's totally fine. They don't have to be. They don't all have to be.
No, I love 3 out of this them were like 6-star reads for me. But
she's writing Fallen Men 9, 10. So she's already into next year's books. So it gives me hope that like I don't think
she said she had 6 written. When she came back and she was married and everything was good, like she had 6 written. So we're still working on those. Yeah. Like that's what I said. She came back fiery and I love it. So anyone watching, I'm not critiquing her for this. We're just talking about it. Those of us who loved her, we went through some stuff and we're allowed to be like, what happened?
We have some scars, guys, okay?
Right? We do.
So excited for that book. And then it was like, what?
Yeah, and it was tough. It was tough to just have it, especially because like I was on the ARC team for that, and Valentine PR had already said you're gonna get it in like 3 days, and then we didn't get it, and I was like, and then it was like, oop, now you don't get it, now you don't get it, now, and then it was like, sorry, we don't know when you'll get it, and I'm like, what?
And then she disappeared, and you know when like authors start to disappear, you get kind of stressy.
Right. And I was like, what happened to her? Where'd she go? So it was a stressful time, everyone. But
like Tessa Dare, has she made it back yet? I was thinking about her randomly the other day. I don't know why. I can't defend it to anybody. But I was like, I was looking because there's the Ever Afterthon. Historical romance. And I was like, when I was Googling something, her name came up and I was like, I wonder if she's back yet. And it was just like a fleeting thought.
Yeah, both her and like Maya Banks, they've both like disappeared.
Okay. I'm glad you brought it up. Yeah. Because I read faithfully the KGI series by Maya Banks.
Oh, really? And yes, I knew that. Yeah.
Devastating to me that we are probably not going to get the last 3 books in the series. And like, I just have to get over it.
Yeah.
I'm just not there yet.
I know. I know.
No
Well, and
one
it's so
like
cruel.
health issues. I
Oh,
know
yeah.
through a whole lot. So like I'm not once again, I'm just saying I'm sad.
No, everyone collectively is just sad about that. And it's really like the publisher, it's annoying because they won't just take it down. Like the third Highlander book, it's just listed forever ad nauseum. And I'm like, guys, realistically, is this ever going to come because of her health? Like, just
Yeah.
take this down. And the same with like the Bride Bet. Like, this book isn't coming, y'all. The book isn't coming. And like, it's not the same as like, you know, the Milla Vane book we haven't got yet.
Yeah.
Okay. She does actively update now and then and is like, it's taking that. Now, will we ever get it? I'll believe it when I see it.
Absolutely.
But at least she has an online presence.
Yeah.
And shows up, you know. And Tessa Dare, I have no idea. Eloisa James has commented before and said like she's okay and there may be a book coming sometime.
Yeah.
But that was unofficial and it was in like in Eloisa James Facebook group because she's friends with Tessa Dare and she said that was over a year ago. She had said like she was okay. Like that is what someone said is like she's okay and that is like all right.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
So
And then yeah, and then with Maya Banks, I mean, I've never fully heard what with her. Like, I haven't heard that she has passed.
No,
but I also think her health was bad enough she couldn't write. So I don't know.
I want to say the last update that I saw was like 2021.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
And I was like, they were like saying she
Mhm.
was having surgery and like she was in recovery. And I want to say somebody came on and said, yeah, like she's been doing well. And I was like, okay, that's great. And then
Yeah,
it's just crazy how sometimes that
I
happens.
know. You can't take anything for granted. That's what it all comes to. Like,
Really
for
bad.
real, whether it is literally can't take it for granted because Facebook might F you over or the world might F you over. Like,
You don't really know.
anything can happen, you know, anything can happen. But
Yeah.
you want to do another sprint or are you tired or what?
I'm good for right
Okay.
now. Yeah, let's do another one. I'm excited to dive back in.
Yeah. Yep. I'm ready.
All right, so here we go. I'm gonna set a timer this time so I'm not like, oh, what's going on?
Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Time flies in Mafia Romance.
It does. I finally got a name drop of Dante. He had a name drop, so I feel good.
That's so exciting. I
Yep.
saw her post the other day and said that she's releasing something in the Mafia world next year, and Dante and Elena play a huge part in it. And I was like,
Yeah. Yep, that'll be great. No, it was I mean, I don't know. I feel like they've got to show up in Moon and his Tides later on because I mean, they're going to be in there.
they have to be.
Mm-hmm. They will, so I'm looking forward to that once we moving along. But I had to make some late dinner during that one. So
Oh yeah, I ate dinner at like 10 p.m. last night. So like right about now is when I was eating dinner last night.
Yeah, like because I stay up at all hours, like it's just weird. My meals are weird because I'm just not usually hungry at the time I usually am, but then like I stay up till 1:00, so it's like 9, and I'm like, oh, I should eat something, or I'm gonna be starving. Like,
Yeah, that's how I am in the summer because obviously I'm not working, so I'm just like we're gonna do whatever, and then obviously during the school year I'm like on a strict schedule because everything's scheduled for the day for me. So yeah, it's just, but yeah, when you have that freedom, it'll be like 10 p.m. You're like, wow, why am I so hungry?
Yeah, and it's bad because you really shouldn't eat this late at night, but
no. Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do.
Yep. But anyway, how's your book going? You've got to be close to done. That one's short.
I am. Roman, Anita's daughter, is the heroine in the first book of the next series.
Yeah, the beastly one.
I'm 78%.
Okay.
So
yeah, I was like, that one's quick. The first like 3 are quick ones. Then she really started going for it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, ooh, maybe I should start it because I could probably get through a couple of them because like the first ones aren't too chunky.
No.
But yeah, no, I'm loving it.
Good.
There's only one book in that series so far. Okay. I'll have to try it.
Yeah, she still has more coming in the OG series too. So, like there's an 11th one that's coming. So,
that's exciting. I don't know, I'm big into, I know some people aren't, but like I'm big into second gen series. So.
Yeah. It's not that I want to be against it. I just have really only read it done well like once or twice. Like in historicals, it works really well for me. And in honestly contemporaries, but I'm just discovering that Mafia, it's tough. I mean, I've said it 100 times. Like the biggest angst you can give someone is to give them mommy or daddy issues. And if your mommy and daddy are like, they're good parents, because we want our HEA couple to be good parents to their kids, then they have to have something else wrong.
Yes. That's why I think that like, and I haven't read Legacy of the Gods, but I'm assuming it works for a lot of people because we love the parents, but they've been through some stuff.
Yeah. So that is the point. Yes. The ones that work for me, they have other issues. Like if you're a psychopath, it doesn't matter if your parents are great.
No, it doesn't.
In fact, your parents might be scared of you, but also because they're baddies themselves, they're not going to turn you in. Like there are things that can be, but the ones that don't work for me are the ones where I'm like, there's nothing wrong with you. Why are you being a little bitch? A rap. That's how I feel about that book, because I'm like, you're just being a little bitch. You don't have a reason to have anything wrong with you, sir. You don't. You're fine. No one did anything to you.
The one second gen series that still sticks with me, and I don't read her anymore, just because I don't think I'm really in my like new adult era anymore. And LJ Shen still writes a lot of new adult, but Angry God is that the one where I cried because the original couple, the mom, Rosie, and I don't remember who the dad was, but like they had a son, and an angry God, I believe, the mom passes away because she has a does she have MS? She has something.
I
What?
heard about that. No, I was whispering.
Yeah.
I heard about that because I read
Yeah.
so many years ago. I read like I've read a few of those when they were that, like
Yeah.
way, way back when. And then I never continued. And my bestie, she's read like all of LJ Shen stuff. And she was like angry. And we were like, that's because she broke the romance rules. Like that is an unwritten rule, but it's very strong. Like you can't kill someone who's already had an HEA.
And it's Broken Night. And the
Yes.
mom passes like halfway through. And like when I tell you, I sobbed for like the entire second because I'm like, no, she wasn't supposed to. We're in our HEA bubble. Like, this is so sad.
I know. Like, here's the thing. Technically, yes, author, you can do what you want to hurt people. Okay, you can.
Absolutely.
But don't say you're writing like romance then. Like, if you put romance anywhere in the title, you can't do that. Like, you just can't, you know?
She absolutely did.
So when
And
you break a rule like that, I'm very unlikely to read your stuff again, which, see, I haven't read that book.
yeah.
So that rule isn't broken for me, but it always makes me nervous when I read other ones. Like, what are you going to do to people you've already gave a good life to? Like,
And
no.
like, what can you do other than exactly what she did? And I was like, and the thing is like, did I read it? I read it like a week or two after. So someone had already gone on a rant about it. So I knew it was coming, but I still cried. Just finished my book. Yay, we love a book finish.
Woo-hoo. I would have to know that. That's the thing too. Like that was before like trigger warnings were a thing too.
Yep.
So that's a whole other thing. Like if you're gonna warn someone about it, well then fair's fair. Like but that
it
was
just a random reader. Like the author didn't even say, hey, like there's death of a parent. Like there was no, like you said, no real warning about it. So had the reader not spoiled it, I would have got into it dark and been like, excuse me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's one that I was just, that's one second generation series that I was like, okay, I can't finish reading this. Like,
yeah,
you broke a rule and like, it's just not happy anymore.
But like there's ones where the author has an entire world, you know, like that's what Kristen Proby does. She has like 50 books and they're all connected and I love it. Like it's never too much for me. Like it's fantastic because she literally has characters in New York and California and Montana and there's actors and football players and singers and whatever. And so she can pull people from anywhere and have anything. And I haven't even read all those, right? Like I've read a few back in the day and now I read her current ones. And it's like, I know those characters are out there. So if I ever want to read those ones, I can. So.
Yeah, that was her Seattle series, the one from like forever ago, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 50 books or something that all connect with that.
It's actually really impressive. Okay, so Angela finished her book. We did do really well in this sprint. I want them to be happy and together forever. You expect issues, but they must stay together. Yes.
Yeah.
They really should.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do it.
And I get like in LJ Shen's mind, she was making like a creative decision.
Sure.
But I was really mad about it. And I was not the only one, to be fair.
Oh, yeah. No, that's when you mentioned, I was like, yeah, that's literally infamous. That's literally why, you know, that's one of the authors that's why the rule exists.
Like that is, it's not a secret. So
yeah,
no, it was just a devastating book. But I am excited to know that Roman and Nina's daughter get a book. Ah, how exciting.
Yeah, it was, you'll have to see if the issues I'm just talking about are a thing. Like, it was cute.
I know.
That's just what I'm saying. But what I'm hopeful for is, I'm such a Debbie Downer, but like I said, Painted Scars is a good book.
Yeah.
But it was her first book. And it was like, it just gets better from there. And then, you know, so what is it called? I can't remember. It's Beastly something. It's bothering me. I can't remember the name. But like, to me, the character is kind of like, that book is a little bit too much, making the second generation a bit stupid all of a sudden. That's my problem with that one.
Oh, okay. That makes sense though, because yeah, it's
Right.
Beautiful Beast.
Yes,
Okay.
that's it. Again, that is just me whining about it. So yeah. Yeah, Vasilisa. It's
Mm-hmm.
one of those that, like, the characters that are her parents, I don't believe that she would get in the situation she's in based on who her parents are. Like, how
Yeah.
did you get yourself in this situation? But I'll stop now.
The
I'm gonna
same
stop
her
now.
dad was unhinged in that book. I can only imagine. He gives massive unhinged vibes.
I like how the characters meet and, like, what goes down with it. It's just in the resolution of it,
Yeah.
it's like you made your parents stupid all of a sudden so that you could have the ending you wanted. So that's what soured that one for me. Like, I love the couple. I think
Yeah.
it's fun. And yeah, you'll have to, that hero is super possessive. It's really hot. Like, it's good.
Yeah.
But to have the conclusion, you're like, I don't think Roman would let that slide or let that.
Yeah. Like it's, it just, because I just read the synopsis and it was like, she's kidnapped. And I'm like, wow, this just doesn't feel authentic to the man I'm reading right this second.
Yeah. Yeah. And you'll see. It's
Yeah.
not, yeah. Anyway,
No,
like I said, being a
I
downer.
get
But I
it though,
love, like,
because it's hard for second gens.
yes. And that's my whole point. That's literally my whole point, is with dark romance, which generally is mafia, because that's
Mm-hmm.
who has the families. They're just, I haven't really seen them pulled off. So I'm pulling for Neva Altai that she will do that.
Yes.
With the other ones. Like, I'm pulling for her because I believe in her that she can find good stories. Like, the perfect opportunity is to start having arranged marriages between people's kids. Like, come on,
Yeah.
that's the low-hanging fruit. But I just think of the second gens I've read, and, like, I mean, we just won't. Like, Cora Riley never worked for me. And there's, I mean, the Kingmakers, those ones worked for me too.
Yeah. I enjoyed those, but I think it was done in like a specific,
Right. Right.
like a
Like,
specific.
you're able to put them in a place that who their parents are doesn't really affect what they're gonna be like. And
Mhm.
that's also, like, Legacy of the Gods. Like,
Yeah.
they have their own little kingdom within the.
Yeah. So it's a little bit different. So, and two, like, it's interesting that both those are set at like schools that they go to. So they're dealing with like their own problems at the schools versus
Yeah.
their
I
parental.
mean, Michelle Hurd also does that.
She's on my list.
Um, yep, The Sinners and Saints, like, those are, like, second gen stuff, and,
Mhm.
um, that's also at, like, a school. Like, it's a
Yeah.
trope thing for sure, but
I haven't read, it's really funny. I haven't read the Cora Rileys either. Like I read a lot of Mafia, but like the core ones that like when you Google popular Mafia romances, I haven't read too much of them. I was like, wow, this is kind of weird. So I think I'll read the first, but the second one, this like the second gen hasn't always gotten the best feedback.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not gonna get into it now because I need
No,
to eat my dinner, so we won't get into it.
well,
Maybe sometime this week we'll get into it.
hey, yay, we love being home. It's my favorite place to be. I've read a handful of Michelle books too. I have not. So
These are good, yeah.
my goal was for the readathon to try and read Finelli and then Michelle and then start this series because I've been saying I was going to do it for the longest time and I'm like, nope, we're going to do it right now.
Yeah.
We're going to get it.
I like Michelle's books. I'm reading one of those this week too.
Yeah.
But
I've been really getting into the audiobook game. I mean, I listened to a lot of audios before, but like really, because I'm doing a lot of projects for like the end of the year right now. So, and it's really like helps pass the time of like I don't want to say it's super dull, but like they're not super exciting. So it's nice to like be listening to something as you're trying to complete stuff. Like I'm gonna start packing my classroom up. Ugh. But so I was thinking we can do like a 30-ish minute sprint to. Sorry, it's my dog. She had to, laying in one spot for a long time is a lot for her, so she had to adjust. And then we can like end it off on like a 30-minute. Does that work for everybody?
I have to go now.
Okay.
I'm gonna bounce out now.
Okay.
But you guys definitely should. Definitely should. Do them all night, man. Keep reading. But I'm gonna eat and then shower. So I could do it, but it would just be blank the whole time, and then I have to go shower. So I'm fine.
No, you're fine. We'll do 30 and then I'm gonna be a responsible adult and go to bed.
Yeah. Can't wait to hear what everybody, how everyone's books go. Keep tagging us and everything. I love to
Yes,
see it.
please do. I love it.
So peace
All right.
out. I'll go. Thanks, Kyan, for hosting. You're doing great. I love
Thank
it.
you.
See you tomorrow.
Bye. All right. Oh wow, my face got really big there, guys. Woo! Jump scare. Okay, so let me change this real quick. We'll do like 30-ish because I do have to be an adult tomorrow. Because I have a training class I have to do. And if you see something moving right next to me in the blur, it's just my dog. She feels like she has to be a part of everything. So, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead. No, okay, so not to bore everybody with the details, but I teach a Montessori school and I'm completing the end of my Montessori certification. So I've got all these classes I have to finish, these papers I have to write. And basically it's just getting like the nitty gritty of everything done, but I have to spend all day doing that tomorrow. And I have to, yeah, be asleep. Yes, Belle, she's still here. I'll probably unblur next time so she can be really featured, but she's been in a lot of my videos recently. Like she'll just walk up while I'm talking and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, they want to feel like they're a part of something. And I can't tell her no. So, but okay, let me stop yapping as I tell my students and let's have another good sprint. Maybe we'll start some good books. I'm hoping I can get closer to the end in mine because I'm loving it. And then we'll do a little gossip at the end and then adulting back to the real world. So let me mute myself here so you don't hear us doing our thing. And here we go. I'll see y'all in 30 minutes. Okay, besties, good news. We're on to book 2. Oh, let me make myself, oof, okay. Don't scare. Okay, so we're on to book 2, which is Broken Whispers. I did finish book 1. Loved it. It is almost time for bed, though, here on the East Coast. Especially for adulting tomorrow. That's a big yawn. Sorry. Thanks, Angela. Let me grab my phone. I think there are sprints tomorrow, but I don't want to lie to you guys. So give me just a second. Tomorrow's the 3rd. Yeah. So, guys, it's me. I'm the I'm the one sprinting tomorrow. So it's 6 p.m. Central. So it makes it 7 p.m. Eastern. So let me get that graphic up. 80 for late night sack. I'm looking for my next Mafia read. Tune in tomorrow night. Made it to 90%, even though super late, I can't sleep without finishing. Okay, so that is my toxic trait as a reader. Like if I hadn't finished it, even though I'm getting off as friends with you guys, I still would have stayed up to finish it. So I totally get it because at a certain point you need answers. Finished with this clean by Bianca Cole earlier today. Ooh, I love that. I love that. I was like, I know someone's hosting sprints tomorrow. Just happens to be me. That's okay. Yeah, because I don't think I'm, I agreed to do 3. Yeah, okay. I've got my life together again, guys, for the time being. You know what I mean? Can't start a book at 9 because I will stay up. Exactly. And I'll go in and be super tired the next day because I need answers. Big age gap in that one. I love a good age gap, though. I really do. And if it's done well, then I'm absolutely here for it. I will pop in, but I'm hosting Double Dawn sprints at that same time. Oh, well, maybe I'll pop into your sprints too. Might have to do it from my phone, though. I've been meaning to like come back and like chat in the group, but like I didn't know, given the fact that I've been on hiatus for a little bit, if I should or shouldn't. So we can talk offline about that. But thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me. I will be back at it again tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, maybe I'll just like drop in and be like, hey, y'all, he's 49. Okay, so you're right. That is a big age gap in that one. I would still read it, though. Did she make it work? Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. I was really worried because it's my first time hosting sprints in a while. So I'm excited that we all got to read together. And I will definitely see all of you tomorrow night. Let me go make that thumbnail now before I go to sleep. Perfect, adding it to the TBR. Okay, so hopefully I see you guys tomorrow night. If not, I'm sure I'll catch you on some sprints and enjoy reading all of your Mafia Romance. I'm having the best time. Everybody have a great night. Bye.